Hi there, my name is Aaron McManus and I'm the founder of EI Growth. I'm really passionate about helping people to grow their lives, businesses, organizations, and communities. I've spent over 15 years working in many capacities to develop people, organizations, and culture, and I'm so excited to share the new tool that I've just developed. It's the EI Growth Tool, and it helps people to measure and increase emotional intelligence, leadership, and culture, both for themselves and their organization. Everyone knows that leadership skills are incredibly important, but not everyone realizes that leadership is really just emotional intelligence in disguise. Over the past 20 years, behavioral scientists and psychology experts have broken down the fundamental practices of leadership into categories like emotional skills, including adaptability, optimism, and achievement, along with social and relationship skills like influence, empathy, developing others, and catalyzing change. I've worked with dozens of organizations, some really good ones, and some with truly terrible cultures experiencing huge turnover. And even in the worst circumstances, deaths, heart attacks, and sometimes suicides were blamed on corporate culture. I found that in the vast majority of cases, certain key emotional intelligence skills made all the difference. In extreme cases in the corporate world, emotions are reserved for executives like Steve Jobs, whose legendary temper tantrums helped to shape high performance and high stress in Apple's environment. Everyone who isn't an executive had better not show emotion. But research has shown that increasing emotional intelligence can make a significant impact in organizations. In fact, organizations like Apple, who invest a remarkable amount of resources in developing the skills of their workforce, get big results. Skills are one major difference between 1,500 in revenue per employee versus a quarter million in revenue per employee. But every organization's needs are different, and that's why I developed the EI Growth Tool, which is a way to unpack the mental inventory of perception prior to beginning key planning exercises, like transition, big training efforts, succession, redesign, or cultural growth. Often, the negative perceptions of key people can become major barriers to positive change and growth. By identifying those barriers early so they can be overcome, my EI Growth Tool pays for itself 1,000 times over. Plus, any business that relies heavily upon people needs emotional intelligence. In relationship positions, emotional intelligence skills create success. Many companies have those special people, the ones with high skills and valuable knowledge who are terrible coworkers. EI growth in areas like empathy and emotional self-awareness can make a huge difference in the stress and well-being for everyone at the company. So let's get into how the EI growth process works. The first step is assessment. My tool takes about 90 minutes to complete, and it's a relatively simple self-evaluation where you match up statements to how much the test taker agrees or disagrees. It's self-assessment, and like any self-assessment tool, we often have to assume that when we ask people, "Hey, are you a smart person?" the answer is yes. But the purpose of the test is to measure highs and lows, because the gap is more meaningful than the score. Within this example, this particular person's culture scores low on the entrepreneurial indicators and high on candor. Some of the other areas that are measured are engagement, performance, opportunity, sustainability, adaptivity, and employment brand, all key indicators to good cultural development. The test can be modified to cover the areas of importance to your organization in all of these categories. It's good to understand that this test is built to be a very flexible tool to help leaders tweak their cultures to produce the desired outcomes. The test easily measures perceptions of leadership skills in relation to others. This person clearly thinks highly of herself in relation to other people, which could indicate a number of factors. Also, this type of data starts getting really interesting when you break it down by location, department, division, and other factors that depend upon the organization's structure. For individual learning and by teams, the test will show a breakdown of personal competencies versus social and relationship skills. This person sees himself as more adept with others than in personal skills. Again, this type of information is super useful when figuring out how to fill in skill gaps within specific teams and locations that may need extra intervention. The test drills down to detailed scores of personal competencies, including self-awareness, accurate self-assessment, self-confidence, emotional self-control, transparency, adaptability, achievement, initiative, and optimism. The assessment also comparatively scores social and relationship skills that are vital to your organization's success, like empathy, organizational awareness, service, inspirational leadership, influence, developing others, change catalyst, conflict management, building bonds, teamwork, and collaboration. This person scored himself low on organizational awareness, but high on developing others, which is normal for someone with high individual relationship skills who may benefit from additional direction on the specific social norms of the unique company culture. The test also measures these same indicator areas for how people perceive the skills of others, both within their immediate team and within the organization as a whole. Once the assessment results are back, it's time to engage with the key team of people who are involved with creating solutions, typically the organization's culture champions or a leadership task force. Generally, these teams work best when they represent diverse interests from across the organization. We discuss the findings of the assessment, and we may agree to conduct additional in-depth interviews or group discussions if more research is needed. During the interviews and group discussions, our job is to improve morale and boost leadership and cultural outcomes throughout the organization. We dive in deep and ask the difficult questions that are so important. As an outside vendor, we're able to get candid feedback that's often impossible to gather from the inside. We're not competing for promotions or position. We always advocate for what's best for our client, the company. After the leadership team is sufficiently engaged and agreed to the specific problems to solve, we combine solutions that were proposed throughout the engagement process along with the best practices of learning management, professional development, and organizational design. We scour every available publication and leave no stone unturned to find the most innovative and creative solution with a high likelihood of success for your organization. With every option on the table, we help your team to evaluate the best solution to ensure success. We partner with key departments, often including finance and HR, to create realistic cost-benefit scenarios to ensure that our solutions stay within the framework of what's possible, given the constraints of reality. Once the most effective strategy for your organization's growth has been identified, we map out the process to launch and identify the correct technology for your business needs. Ideal solutions are revolutionary in nature, but systematic and strategic when planned and executed. Let me say that one more time. Ideal solutions are revolutionary in nature, but systematic and strategic when planned and executed. EI growth is about creating massive shifts and catalyzing major changes. These are the aha moments that lead to new insights and new behaviors to get whole new levels of results. My process puts people first, then process, then technology to support and drive that. I'm in the business of creating organizations that enable their people. I believe in empowering people, in building better leaders, and that's why I made a process that helps to depersonalize the process of making major change happen. The EI growth tool and process is designed to help catalyze change in a cost-effective way that avoids mistakes by eliminating them up front in the design process. So if you're interested in catalyzing major growth in all the right ways, give me a call. I only have space for a few new clients this year because the best results come from focus, hard work, and strategic action. I'm excited to demonstrate the value that EI growth can bring by helping your people to grow. Hey, thanks so much for watching this video, and have a great day.